So this is how the new Mormon apostle already found his way into my Tim Ballard, Jeffrey Epstein matrix. Hi. His name is Clark Gilbert. I'm just going to quickly, for now, paste in a brief description that is copied and pasted over from Wikipedia just for now. I'm going to go ahead and put in here in his associations that he was a professor at Harvard University. Hold on, let me find this. I'm still building this thing as I go. According to the announcement that Clark Gilbert has been called as an apostle, it says that he graduated from Harvard Business School in 2001 and immediately went to work for Harvard, even though his dream was to teach at BYU. Okay, weirdo. Probably true too. Then eventually it says that the Gilberts left Harvard Business School in 2006 and headed to BYU, Idaho, which makes him officially weirdo. Really weirdo if any of that is true. But having taught at Harvard Business doesn't in itself make him suspicious in my list. I'm employing a methodology of saying let's do with a two witness model, basically. I hate to say it that way, but I'm going on if there are two reasons to believe that somebody should be on the matrix. Let's come up with just put them on the matrix and see if something pans out. See if it leads to anything. We'll just put him. Tim Ballard had direct connections into the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. Two of them, at least, that we know of, Dale Renland and, of course, M. Russell Ballard. No actual relation, though even Ballard now is telling people that President Ballard, or Elder Ballard, was like his grandfather, was like a grandfather to him. While that whole Ballard thing was going on, and even the Mormon Church was promoting Ballard's work through Deseret News, this guy Clark Gilbert, who went to Harvard Business School from 2001 to 2006, was one of the people who could actually determine what the Mormon Church's media output was on something, and they decided to promote OUR for a while. But that matters because of Larry Summers. You remember Larry Summers, one of the dirtier people in the Epstein files. This guy is sick. And he was one of Donald Trump's personal, appointees in the administration. He also was president of Harvard University from 2001 to 2006. Okay, by itself, all right. Could be just coincidence. And it might be. Other prominent faculty members at that time who are also closely integrated into the Epstein files include Justice Elena Kagan, that one hurts, and Alan Dershowitz, who apparently we recently discovered Tim Ballard is personally connected to, and of course we know that Donald Trump is personally connected to, and we know is dirty in the Epstein files. But there's one more person. The person that Elder Gilbert would have reported to directly at Harvard Business School would have been the dean of Harvard Business School. That person was Kim B. Clark, who was president of Harvard Business School until 2005, when he went to Brigham Young University, Idaho, at the invitation of Mormon President and Prophet Gordon B. Hinckley, and lo and behold, a year later, Clark Gilbert followed him. Currently, Kim B. Clark is a general authority of the Mormon Church as well. He is a member of the Quorum of the 70. While Tim Ballard was working with President Ballard to create Operation Underground Railroad and all of the shenanigans to do with the Tim Ballard secret whiteboard meeting, these two men were working at BYU, Idaho, where they answered to each other. One answered to the other the same paradigm they had at Harvard University under Larry Summers. And that might have nothing to do with a certain Epstein file that you may have seen circulating around lately. This is JEE Vacation at Gmail. That's Jeffrey Epstein's little personal business doing dirty stuff. This email from person's name is redacted, says, "Good afternoon, Larry and Jeff. Who knows why? Why this is redacted here, not redacted there, but anyways, Jeffrey Epstein is Jeffrey Epstein." But Larry, who is Larry? Is Larry Summers or some other Larry? We don't know. "I am so thankful for your willingness to help so-and-so. She will do well in school and make all of use happy." I'm guessing that means all of us happy. This looks like it was probably typed on a phone. So maybe that's, be patient. "I hope this find you and Jeff doing well. I can't wait to see you both." And then redacted. Why is this redacted? Why is this contact info redacted? Maybe because this person is considered a victim, but maybe some other reason, as we're finding now, a lot of people are being redacted in the files who shouldn't be. But as you can see here, it says that this is regarding an earlier email from Student Admissions Office, Thursday, March 24, 2011, BYU, Idaho. "Parents of so-and-so, please find attached document with the current school rates for BYU, Idaho." Why it has all these B's, somebody's going to explain to me, and I'm probably going to feel dumb that I didn't know. But there's a lot of B's added into some of these emails. That's strange. But anyways, this is one of a long string of emails about BYU, Idaho, and how Jeffrey Epstein was paying for some young female person, at least some person was she, her pronouns, to be attending BYU, Idaho, while elders Clark and Clark Gilbert, that should never have been allowed right there. Don't put a man in there whose last name is Clark in with a guy whose first name is Clark. That's confusing. And the guy named Clark Gilbert, as I understand it, is from Arizona. That's confusing. One of you has to change your name. Who is Larry? I have this whole matrix. Here, I'll show you the matrix. So this is still being under development, how it groups organizations together. But basically you have individuals. For example, you have Tim Ballard here. You have Jeffrey Epstein over here. You got like some of these larger nodes are people who, the more connections, the more first degree connections they have, is the larger they grow inside of the matrix here. So for example, you got Donald Trump there. You've got Alan Dershowitz. And it keeps getting, they keep emerging more and more significant people. So far there are 25 organizations, and it's basically just getting started. What does it all mean? Probably nothing. Put it in the matrix, then we shake it through the Epstein files, see what comes out the other end.